Hey guys, it's ZywOo here, player from Brazil. I want to send a huge shout out to Nart for making those great YouTube videos. Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye bye.
NartOutHere with the new CSGO pro tricks. First we have Big Clan on nuke double nading and mauling backside with a boost on roof. Unfortunately no one from Heroic is playing backside. Then Big Clan triple boost syrson with an op to peek through the window. He manages to find and kill Shush. Let's take a closer look at this. Tabsen is the bottom player boosting. He will crouch in the middle of the rail to allow his teammates to get on his head. Then once they're both on, he stands up and from here he doesn't have to do anything else. Keto is the middle player boosting. He gets into Tabsen's head from the left side, then jumps to allow Tabsen to stand. He'll aim here, then left click throw. Afterwards, he crouches to boost syrson. Syrson with the op gets on Tabsen's head from the right side, then he jumps to allow Tabsen to stand. He'll nade backside aiming here, then left click. Afterwards, he'll molly backside aim a little lower, then left click throw. I think the reason behind the molly is to finish off the kill if the nades don't. Then Syrson will jump to Keto's head for the triple boost, and he sees Shush on rafters and headshots him. Shush is an unfortunate player on the other end of this boost. He sees the nades rain down from the roof but still focuses on Hut and does not expect the triple boost to come through. Speaking of triple boost, Overpass is a map that keeps on giving. NIPR on Eco and 3 players will attempt to triple boost at long A to peek over towards mid. They don't pull off the boost due to Furia coming out long. My friend Lucid shows off the boost in a private server, shout out to him. You can see connector in parts of mid, your shots will also be accurate. Dycha at playground will jump spot on this wood wall, he uses it to get info long, then he gets stuck onto the wall. It's not very reliable as you see Dycha tries multiple times and the position won't allow you to stay up there for long before making you drop. I don't know if this is legal or not, so you might want to verify before using this. Also, this position is not accurate when you're shooting. Coming into this round, ends around Eco, Doto killed the player apartments and he picked up the AK and smoke. Enter in a 2v2 retake and he throws a one-way apartment lurk smoke. He comes out and peeks pit and sight. Doto doesn't see anyone, then he fakes a drop down from apartments. He gets back on balcony, waits to see if anyone from pit will peek off that sound bait. No one does from big pit and Doto peeks sight. He hears Acor shooting from below and kills him. Doto will defuse and win the round. Acor knows Doto was in apartments from the kill he got as well as the lurk smoke he threw. He heard Doto drop down, which Acor stops watching the drop down to Mini. He focuses on other angles, which he gets a kill into Snappy, however is not expecting the other player to be balcony. That falling sound cue baits Acor in thinking that he no longer has to watch apartments. Acor gets outplayed. SANJI on ramp jiggle peeking short with a smoke out. When Team Liquid execute, he smokes off the box and repositions Goose. This defensive smoke will punish anyone pushing through it. His teammate Jame dies long, and SANJI makes a play and uses the smoke as a one-way to peek short and kills Elish. Elish is not going to be able to spot SANJI. I pause a moment before he dies so you can get a better look. Buster with a fast way to smoke deep apartments in Mirage. He hugs a wall to the left and stops at the rocks on the ground, aims at the bottom third wire from the top above the pillar here. Then he will run and jump throw when he reaches the next wire below. Although it is a fast way to throw the smoke, it takes some time to land and bloom. The opposing team has some time to run past the smoke into kitchen. Be aware of this if you do throw the smoke. And also here you see that VP throw the molly but won't reach kitchen. Team Spirit going for an aggro play towards water. They'll push short and peek short pipe with Chopper throwing a flash, which you see he gets inside the corner, aims above the wall, then left click throw. This flash blinds nafany and sets up a kill for Mir. nafany had no chance to react to the flash. Clearing connector can be super difficult due to the many angles CTs can hold. VP have a molly thrown by Buster from balloons that clears top connector to allow SANJI to focus on certain angles without having to worry about top connector as he clears it. Buster will crouch in the middle behind the first table at balloons while aiming at the wall here, then left click throw. As you can see, the molly will cover the top stairs, and it isolates that position to allow SANJI to focus in clearing bottom stairs in the corner. VP on an anti-eco has 5 players going out monster. The isolate short with the smoke. James will position himself with the intersection of these lines, then he uses the top right corner of the smoke to block off the top of the pole, then left click throw while he's standing. Afterwards he's going to molly barrels. We see James short smoke as well as barrel molly. VP do miss the heaven smoke, which is super common in the pro scene. It won't cost him the round, so everyone watching, please practice the heaven smoke from outside T-spawn. Missing this smoke can cost you the round. You don't know how many times I've seen this smoke miss. And then they throw flashes to come out monster. A Charlotte around their eco stack pit. however they get overrun by VP superior weapons. Astralis has a boost they use in T-Con on train. It requires dupreeh to smoke off T-Con, in which he stands in the corner, aims at the train wall here, then left click throw. Once his CT molly ends, Magis will crouch and boost dupreeh to peek over the smoke. dupreeh is able to see E-box before Magis gets killed with a nade. On a B execute on train, the pathing is to run up sidewalk most of the time. Glaive, knowing this, will molly behind blue train and smoke off sidewalk when Spirit executes. This puts Spirit in a pinch, and they choose a flash and go through the smoke, which they get punished for. dupreeh is going to TK Glaive with a nade. Glaive uses his nade set very well here to either slow down Spirit, or we see here punishing them for going through the smoke. SANJI is going to give Astralis a little taste of their own medicine by doing the same. He will smoke off sidewalk when Astralis execute. SANJI gets a summon and he holds for the push, while he waits for his teammates to rotate in. Astralis chooses to not go through the smoke and thus gets stuck towards site and aren't able to advance, which will make it an easy retake for VP, knowing that Astralis can only be in certain positions. I'm not going to show the retake here as VP do eventually win the round as Astralis are stuck towards site and can't advance. Hobbit has a defensive site smoke that he throws when G2 are executing from long. He'll get behind the smoke and waits for G2 to come up ramp. A lot of focus from G2 is towards CT and short when they're crossing, and Hobbit does a really good job in isolating these duels. The smoke also gives him cover from the long A Opera Kenny from long plat. In this position he holds, he's able to see the flashes that teams throw as they cross the ramp and he's able to avoid them. G2 are on eco, they'll smoke cross and stack 5 players on A ramp peeking long A. I love seeing the 5-player eco stack, which I usually call it the Astralis stack, which they first did on Inferno with 5 players boosted in pool at B. Another super common 5-player stack is Old Bomb on train. This stack here nets them a kill onto nafany, and I'm sure they had a laugh after the kill. Poor nafany, he peeks into the firing squad and tries to fall back, which is his demise. Another eco strat G2 have on CT side does too is a short flash stolen from Kenny for NiKo at ledge. NiKo will call for a flash, and typically you know when T's are coming around the corner because most of the time they'll throw a flash before peeking, so that's when you call for the flash. This blinds the Gambit players and nets NiKo a kill. You could also do this on a buy round. Kenny is in side crouch on the line and has a flash pin pulled. He aims here, then he'll left click throw whenever NiKo calls for it. NiKo kills a blind nafany and falls down and gets away. FaZe Clan execute A and Mirage. Junior and Art will boost over the smoke to peek Palace, and he kills coldzera shooting his arm. Let's take a look at this shot in slow-mo. An amazing shot from Junior. Junior has a variation of the Mirage stairs smoke that will land mid-stairs. He positions himself with the second wall pillar from the left, aims in the middle of the third curved rail, runs one step and jump throw. As you can see, this smoke doesn't land on top like the usual stair smoke does. It has its pros and cons. Pro being that you can see the CT if they try to peek past the smoke, as well as the CT won't be able to jump down to sandwich without being spotted. The con is that the CT can peek you, but that CT does take the chance of exposing themselves. coldzera throws T stair control nades on overpass. He smokes stairs from CT spawn by getting in this corner, aims at the top of this gray silo, runs and jump throws when he hits the wall, then he mollies in front of the smoke. The molly does bring Junior down to half HP. Furia is going for the triple boost in water to peek B side and overpass. R will be the top player and kill ZTR barrels before dying to plopski. I find this boost so funny as there is a terrorist all the way up over the wall peeking. From plopski's POV he gets timing as he is throwing a smoke, and fortunately he was able to trade out ZTR. Again, we see Furia pulling off the triple boost, however this time against FaZe. It won't land them a kill because the FaZe players were expecting it. Twist from Pit was looking towards the boost, however Rain rotates in from heaven and gets the kill. Furia has 2 more boosts they use on T-side overpass. The first boost requires KSCERATO to throw a monster lurk smoke, which he crouches near trunk of the car, then aims at this line and jump throw while crouching still. The Axe Godsent lineup who are now FPX used to use this smoke, which I covered in one of my videos. Art and Yuurih make their way out monster. Yuurih boosts Art to peek over the smoke, which he can see barrels. With coordination from both players, they move while being boosted still to peek pillar. Art doesn't spot anyone, then he smokes off the pillar, and mollies Pit to allow him to do the next boost, which he crouches on the pillar. Yuurih gets on top and spots Twist over the smoke and kills him. Art's smoke begins to fade, so yuurih will re-smoke it before he gets on the boost. He'll be able to peek over the default headshot angle and spot twist and kill him. Shout out to Heesmaker who suggested this next trick. Coldzera mollies short, then backs up and smokes short pipe from the trash can. He aims at the bottom, the A and the left, and then jump throw while standing. It puts out Furia's short pipe molly, which could indicate that FaZe are taking water control. My only suggestion is that Cold throws the other two short mollies, as those two line up pair better with this smoke. Art has a smoke that he throws off the tree wall to make it appear that mid is smoked, but the smoke leaves a gap to a right which allows him to peek fountain and stairs. No one from FaZe is peeking and Art falls back. Furia uses this boost at graffiti to get information on water and short. It allows you to spot Cubby as well. Downside is that you do make noise doing this. yuurih's got the best ramp spawn. He's gonna make an individual play by flashing off the ramp. Cold gets super blind and yuurih chases him down. This is something you could pull off in your pugs and it will land you a kill. KSCERATO has a quick back 6 smoke on train from T-spawn. I want to say this is a spawn dependent smoke, so you need the best ladder spawn to throw this. Before the round begins, he is already lining himself up with something. I don't want to give you false information of what he is lining himself up with, but here's the moment before he begins to move. Then he runs below the B, and then once the roof is gone, he takes a couple of steps more and jump throw. The smoke he throws does leave a gap to the left from T side, and on the right if you're a CT at Ivy. The round before that, VINI throws the same smoke. He has the best ladder spawn. Here is the lineup before he moves. He is moving his model and not his mouse when throwing this smoke, because the lineup is done before the countdown. VINI does get team flash and the smoke does leave a gap. I took a shot at throwing this smoke. I used the top left tip of the smoke, aim at the dark leaves here. I was originally going to run under the B, but I have such bad movement that I ran in between the C and B, then I jumped throw. My smoke landed a little deep, but it does block off Ivy, however not back green. First attempt by the way. Also note here that the smoke that I threw does not leave a gap either to the left or right. Onto Inferno, where Vitality love using the CT mid antenna flash. Vitality have ZywOo with a save AK, and they try to put him in a good position to find a kill with it, which he is close to mid. misutaaa towards Arch aims at the antenna. He will left click the flash whenever his teammates are close to mid, call for it. Usually if they hear footsteps or if they hear VP throw default mid control nades. In this round VP take app control, and usually what's next is mid control once you have boiler. So misutaaa throws a flash, ZywOo peeks down mid and kills Buster. Unfortunately Buster doesn't get blind because he happened to stand behind a wall exactly at the same time the flash popped. Had Buster not gotten behind the wall, here's what the flash looks like. And then here's what the flash looks like if you're walking up mid to get control. It's a super strong flash, not just for ecos. I've seen pro teams use this on buy rounds to get an early pick. Here's another flash from Vitality used on their eco, this time around from Apex at B, who is next to the emo pillar, aims here then left click throw whenever his half wall teammates call for a flash, in this case right after the car molly ends because VP are also throwing nades top banana, so ZywOo and misutaaa know they're close. This is a much better flash than the CT spawn flash, because it blinds anyone holding behind half wall. qikert and Buster get annihilated by the flash and ZywOo gets a 2k off of it. Before we go on, if you haven't already, please join my Discord. I upload new videos every day only available to Discord members. So if you want to see a Astralis train B-Rush or a Horror Overpass B-Rush, plus many other exclusive videos, join the Discord. The link is in the description box below or the comment section. Jame from back right corner of Moto smokes off top mid. He aims here, then jump throws. misutaaa smokes door in front of the dumpster while standing, aims at the line and jump throw. This smoke can be used in many ways if your team wants to take water control without being shot from connector if the door is blown up, or for your connector player to take control of connector and having the door smoke to not be seen from water or short. The smoke isolates an angle. Apex smokes off flowers by standing behind the fountain bench, aims at this leaf here, then jump throw. SANJI throws flashes for his team to entry out short. These flashes are so good. They cover most of the positions in B. He stands where you would smoke heaven, aims at the corner, then left click throw. He throws 2 flashes back to back. misutaaa gets blind wood wall and dies. RPK gets picked off too. misutaaa is able to dodge the first flash, but he doesn't expect another one to come through and gets blind. RPK is playing anti-flash, as well as he's pushed up close to monsters so he won't get flashed. If he was further back, he would have gotten flashed. I'm going to show you the positions that this flash gets, as well as it doesn't. So here's what would happen if RPK was backed up a little, and then even more. He would have gotten flashed. If somebody's playing jail, they would get flashed. The barrels player would get flashed. If someone's playing pillar, they're not going to get flashed. CT and pit will get flashed. I don't show it in this video, but heaven does not get flashed. flamie has a locker smoke and AC molly thrown from T roof on nuke. He positions himself on the left silo in the middle of the white part sticking out. While crouched with the smoke, he uses the top left of the pin and aims it to block the circle on this wall. When he is ready to throw the smoke, flamie will stand up and jump throw. As for the molly, he moves his crosshair above the top right corner of this window and left click while standing in the same position. I forgot to mention flamie also has a flash for the heaven player after he smokes and mollies. Pair flamie's nade set with a mini smoke, and these nades together can be used to take yard control. Electronic attempts to run boost simple into credit card on nuke, however messes up the jump which messes up his timing. He still boosts him, and simple finds a kill into yuurih over the L smokes. NIP goes for the same run boost. nawwk gets run boosted onto credit card, then makes his way on top garage where he finds a kill into yuurih marshmallow. Stanislaw smokes B connector on train from outside T spawn. He crouches and positions himself above this line, aims at this corner of the box, run and jump throw when he hits the top black line. This connector smoke won't allow CTs to safely rotate to B. They'll take the risk if they want to run through it. Simple with an attempted wallbang in T-con on train with the scout. Here's the moment right before he crouches, and then here's a moment when he crouches and right before he shoots, just so you can see where he's aiming at. Redstar goes for the same wallbang. I forgot to mention that the timing is 146, and he does like Zeppa. I paused the video for you to see the lineup right before he shoots. Here's another wallbang Redstar does, this time around on the opposite side. He connects a shot onto Cadian's body through the wall. He shot around 148. I paused the video right before he shoots, and then here's Cadian's POV. Stavn smokes monster from flowers at the beginning of the round. He will position himself inside the wall, aims below the dark area, then jump throw. It's a perfectly thrown smoke, it does not leave any gaps. Nafany with the KZ play a nice movement in this round. He jump spots banana and makes contact. Afterwards, Nafany is going to fall back, where he will self-boost himself onto nawwk, which this position will net him a kill in this round. Interz with the A retake molly on A side Inferno that covers back sight. He positions himself inside the mailbox, aims in between the bottom wire and chimney thing, then jump throw. Look how much this molly covers. NiKo on heroic with a ramp mirage flash to allow Teslas to peek. It's also known as a Fnatic ramp flash. It's one of my Discord exclusive videos. Shout out to my Discord. He aims above the shadow, takes one step, and jump throw. Both Gambit ramp players are blind, and Teslas gets the 2k. Onto Vertigo, where Stewie's near CT spawn. He jumps into his orange thing, and he holds his angle for a boost. Not a very common angle I've seen before. Unfortunately, Vitality aren't gonna boost. Fawn is gonna throw a ramp one-way smoke from back heaven. He crouches, aims at this yellow bar, then jump throw, while still crouched. This one-way smoke is for CTs to retake upper ramp. Besides that, it can also delay the T's progression to upper ramp. Stewie's gonna go for an op pick on B stairs Vertigo. Watch his movement, it's so smooth. Stewie's gonna drop down onto the planks and he peeks over the smoke and kills RBK. He takes no damage dropping down. In the same match, Nav has a cheeky off angle behind the box below the stairs on Vertigo, which will land him a 2k. Bomb gets dropped and eventually Liquid will win the round. If you want to deal with the off angles below stairs or behind the box on Vertigo, throw this Grim Molly. He positions in the middle of the white wall, then aims in the middle of the bar and jump throw. This Molly kills RBK on the back rail. It would also cover the off angle that Nav was holding in the previous clip. Instead of having the player yellow throw the deep ramp control nades, you could throw it from top ramp, apex towards the back wall, aims in between the top 2 bags, then runs 3 steps and left click throw. For the Molly, Apex moves over to the left of the sandbag. He aims in the middle of the smoke and takes 1 step and left click throw. Hampus with the half wall retake Molly and car flash. To throw the Molly, he's on coffins, aims here then left click throw. He drops down from coffins and aims at the antenna to the right and left click throw. Plopski at corner gets close and peeks after the flash. Qikert with a combo to kill anyone that's inside the water cubby. He positions himself in the graffiti cubby, aims at this roof, throws a Molly and follows it up with a nade. The nade does a lot of damage, which then the Molly kills Hampus. Qikert with a pop flash off the right eye of Monster Pillar. It blinds the NIP players inside Monster and he gets a nice 2k. Broky with a Molly for the box's mid Mirage. What's unique about this Molly is that it is a specific lineup that allows you to do so even when window is smoked off. To throw the Molly, you stand on top of the wood inside this corner, aim in the middle of these walls, then without moving your mouse, use your keys to strafe over towards window, then take 1 step forward and then left click the Molly. I'm just showing you guys without the window smoke here, so you guys can get a better visual of what's going on. The last trick I'm going to show is Cloud9's train Ivy run boost at the beginning of the round. It's not your ordinary run boost and it starts way back. It allows SE Tech to boost over the CT's Molly usually thrown at the beginning of the round. He takes advantage of this and pushes Ivy and he catches Bubble from behind. That's the end of the trick video. I greatly appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to me as I spent so much time watching so many demos to get these tricks. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.